From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now, the latest news.
Kylie Conway has the latest news. The top headlines. News you can use.
Please stand by.
Sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling. Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, October 15th. A really wet Friday is in store. Going to have on and off showers all throughout the day. Even some isolated strong to severe storms are possible this afternoon. The greatest threat for severe weather is mainly south of I-70. That could be in the form of damaging winds. An isolated tornado might be possible. Flooding issues could also arise from just rounds and rounds of heavy rain. Highs will get to the upper 60s, low 70s, much more fall-like temperatures out there. For your weekend, some isolated showers again before sunrise tomorrow. So that's the good news. Once today's system moves out, we're going to have a chilly and windy Saturday. Going to have to get those sweaters and pants out, your little boots. Highs are going to struggle to get out of the 50s for some places tomorrow. Cool and comfortable weather sticks around through Sunday with highs in the mid-60s. Students in Pike Township had to stay home from class again today. The district announced on social media that it was unable to provide bus service. There's no further explanation in the post, just an apology. You might remember hearing on Daybreak on Wish TV that the district has had a bus driver shortage. That forced remote learning for several days recently. And officials say today teachers will follow the regular schedule for remote learning. And this came the morning after teachers and parents staged a demonstration within the Pike Township district calling for change and higher pay. Bus drivers also showed up to that protest. The group gathered outside Pike Township's Administrative Services Center before last night's school board meeting. Some workers claim their salaries are much lower than in surrounding districts.
We have a very high starting salary. The problem is what happens after that. A year 10 teacher makes $1.90 more per hour than a brand new teacher. We have not adjusted our salaries accordingly. We're upset. We're getting about a third to 40% of what other schools are getting every year. We're paying attention, and it's time that it stops.
According to the president of the Pike Classroom Teachers Association, the starting salary in Pike is $44,000. That increases by about $2,000 after 5 years. Out of the west side, 2 brothers were shot in a drive-by. IMPD says it happened around 11:30 last night on Minger Road near 38th and Lafayette Road. Police who were there tell us the 20 and 21-year-old were shot by someone in a blue or gray Honda Accord.
Prior to the shooting, both of the victims were inside their garage enjoying a night of pizza.
According to IMPD, both men were shot in the arm. Officers say the victims were taken to the hospital and are stable.
Oh, now I am found.
This morning, fallen IMPD officer Breanne Leith has a place of honor in Washington, D.C. Her name is now in stone at the National Law Enforcement Memorial Wall. Tens of thousands of people attended the candlelight vigil for all of our nation's fallen officers in 2019 and 2020. Officer Leith from IMPD District died in the line of duty April 9th of last year. IMPD and the head of the Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police shared several images of the ceremony. You can find those at wishtv.com. One of the images included Chief Taylor alongside rank and file officers holding candles and several of the stone memorials for officers. He also shared the image of her name, shared again by IMPD's Twitter, highlighting her sacrifice alongside her brothers and sisters in blue. In total, 22,611 officers are recognized for their sacrifice in the line of duty.
The candles are being lit. The light is being passed through the crowd. We've completed the reading of the names of all 701 names that were read off tonight, including historicals. Very moving.
And National Police Week continues. Today, the events include a National Police Survivors Conference, which can offer grief support and recovery tools for those who have experienced traumatic events in their careers. It's also a time to share inspirational messages from fellow officers. Then tomorrow is the FOP 40th Annual National Peace Officers Memorial Service. It's another ceremony to honor law enforcement officers who were killed in the line of duty. They'll have a reading of the roll call of heroes who lost their lives in the line of duty during the calendar year. If you'd like to see yesterday's candlelight vigil, we'll have links at wishtv.com for you right now. Former President Bill Clinton is in the hospital. His doctors say he could be allowed to go home as soon as today. The former president was admitted to the University of California Irvine Medical Center Tuesday after reportedly not feeling well. CNN chief medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta talked to the former president's doctors and members of his staff. They say he tested negative for COVID-19 and are stressing that this is not a heart-related issue. The 75-year-old had heart bypass surgery in 2004 and had 2 stents inserted in 2010.
What they think is going on with the former president now is a blood infection, sometimes known as sepsis. His doctor is now saying that the infection originated in his urinary tract.
Clinton has been treated in the ICU. His doctors say that's primarily for safety and privacy. The former president is said to be in good spirits and responding well to antibiotics. And we are hours away from a big meeting that could impact millions of Americans. An FDA advisory committee will discuss if people who received a Johnson & Johnson COVID shot need a booster. It's a move health experts hope will be a turning point in the pandemic. And this morning, that same panel is endorsing Moderna's booster for some groups. In a unanimous vote, the panel advises the third dose for people 65 and older, those 18 to 64 who are at high risk of severe COVID-19, and people 18 to 64 with frequent exposure to the virus. The CDC will make the final decision. President Biden is pleading for Americans to be a part of the efforts to end the pandemic. The FDA has already authorized booster shots of Pfizer's vaccines for those at higher risk for COVID-19. And today, there's an opportunity to get a COVID-19 vaccination in Indianapolis. The Marion County Public Health Department and the Indianapolis Public Library are working together to run 2 clinics. You can get the shot at either the library's Martindale Brightwood branch on North Sherman Drive or the College Avenue branch. The clinics run from 10 to 3:30. You do not need an appointment. And the U.S. is prepared to administer vaccines for children. President Biden says the country is ready when health authorities are. Right now, the FDA is considering COVID-19 shots in children between 5 and 11 years old, and the decision could come in the next few weeks.
We have purchased enough vaccines for all children between the ages of 5 and 11 in the United States. And it'll be convenient for parents to get their children vaccinated at trusted locations, and families will be able to sleep easier at night knowing their kids are protected as well.
So how are parents feeling? According to the new Ipsos poll, 2/3 of parents with kids in that age group say they are likely to get their child vaccinated. 60% of parents with children in school say they would support requiring children to get the shot to attend school in person. And now to Texas and the state's controversial abortion law. It will remain in effect while an order blocking the law is considered. Senate Bill 8 bars abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected. That can happen as soon as 6 weeks. U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman blocked the law on October 6th. The 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals put the order on hold. That court, though, did not extend the hold while it considers the appeal. The Biden administration says the law is unconstitutional and is suing Texas. In Washington, a vote to hold former President Trump advisor Steve Bannon in criminal contempt has been set for Tuesday. The congressional committee investigating the January 6th insurrection is making the move after Bannon's refusal to comply with its subpoena. So here's how the process will work. If the committee votes yes, it would then go to the full House for a vote. If it passes there, the recommendation would go to the Department of Justice for a decision on whether to prosecute. Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger is one of 2 Republicans on the committee. He says the panel is determined to get to the bottom of what happened January 6th. In a statement to the committee, Bannon's lawyer wrote that Trump had directed the former advisor not to comply, saying information was potentially protected by executive privilege. And back here in Indiana, a man is facing multiple charges after a massive drug raid in Howard County. The Kokomo Police Department says that they found crack cocaine, 9 handguns, a shotgun, a money counter, and $91,000 in cash. Officers say they found it all inside a home on Sandwalk Drive while serving a warrant on Wednesday. The department tells us 2 of the guns were reported stolen. Police say Mac Clark owns the house. He now faces charges of dealing, theft, and possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. A warning before winter for people with Citizens Energy. Your gas bill will likely increase. Citizens predicts you'll pay about $10 more per month from November to March. It says that's assuming temperatures stay relatively normal. The utility does offer advice to lower your bill, like replacing your furnace filter to keep it running more efficiently, also dialing down the thermostat by 10 degrees for 8 hours each day, and dialing down the water heater also by 10 degrees. A federal grand jury has indicted a former Boeing executive for fraud. These are the first criminal charges related to 2 deadly 737 MAX jet crashes. Mark Faulkner is accused of deceiving the Federal Aviation Administration during its certification of the jet in 2016 and 2017. Faulkner was Boeing's chief technical pilot at the time. The grand jury found the executive provided false, inaccurate, and incomplete information about the operating parameters of a safety feature. 346 people died in the crashes in 2019. T.Y. Hilton is opening up for the first time about debating retirement following this season's serious injury. The veteran Colts wide receiver says he couldn't feel anything on the left side of his body on the last day of training camp. The problem required neck surgery 6 weeks ago. He says he consulted with former teammate Andrew Luck while considering if he wanted to keep playing.
I just woke up crying, just nothing, physically I could do to be out there. I didn't pretty much tell nobody but the people close to me. I was close to hanging up.
The team has not officially said if Hilton will be cleared in time to play Sunday against the Texans, but to find out who is in and out, tune in at 11 a.m. to noon on Sunday for our countdown to kickoff. Our sports team will have a full hour of pregame coverage right on Wish TV. 2 business headlines now. A surprise shortfall in global milk production has international purchasers scrambling for milk powder, the most easily exported dairy product. Prices of powdered milk hit the highest since 2014. Milk powder is used to make milk, and it's also a common ingredient in a variety of foods, including baked goods, soups, and processed items. Nurses across the U.S. are getting burned out by the COVID-19 crisis and quitting, yet applications to nursing schools are rising. Educators tell Fox Business that young people who see the global emergency as an opportunity and a challenge. Elon Musk is touting SpaceX's plan to use Starlink for in-flight Wi-Fi, emphasizing that his company is in discussions with airlines to add the high-speed satellite internet service. He says it could be faster connections with low lag times. Starlink is SpaceX's project to build an interconnected internet network with thousands of satellites to deliver high-speed internet to consumers anywhere on the planet. The second largest U.S. mortgage lender ditches its plan to accept payments in Bitcoin. United Wholesale Mortgage began piloting crypto payments in August in an industry first. It says due to the costs and regulatory uncertainty in the crypto space, they aren't going to extend beyond a pilot at this time. Weather conditions, shipping issues, and a fungus in some areas are all sending the pumpkin supply down. The AG department says pumpkin prices are about 7% higher than last year as well. Indiana is a top 6 pumpkin producing state, and along with Illinois, Michigan, California, and Texas, grow more than 1 billion pumpkins a year. Have a great weekend, everybody. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
The News 8 Daily 8 is sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling.
Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast.
The News 8 Daily 8 with Kylie Conway. And be sure to discover even more great podcasts now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.